Hello and welcome back to the Alteryx Weekly Challenge. Me, Nick Bignell. This is challenge number 94. Have we reached peak pumpkin? So we are looking at predictive analytics, time series specifically, and this is going to take quite a bit of data prep to start with, from what I can gather, because there are 5 input files. There's no input to start with. This is the 2018.2 or higher version of this because there's been some changes in the version of R, so we're using Arima as the time series library engine to work this out. So there are some nulls in the data, so we've got to clean it up. We've got to bring all the data together. So if I bring in an input text, what we want to end up with, let's have a look at that. First is that we've got a period, then the sub-period, and then a bunch of products, and then we're looking at predictive sales volumes for each of those products. So if we have a look in here, so what I noticed already about the input files, if we go to them, let's pick this one. There was 5 of them, and they have multiple sheets, so we can't just select the sheet here. We've got to import all of them across the lot. Okay, so let's do that, and then I wonder if we can do that by doing this. We star here. Actually, we use O1 as the basis to get the sheet names, because I think it's the same for all of the files. And then if we then go to developer, and then I wonder if this will work. We can bring them all in together. So we edit this and go to the file. We'll pick the same one again, and this time we just want, doesn't matter on the sheet. Okay. But what we want to do is okay that, and then what we want to do is choose on this drop down sheet name. But I think we could probably put in a star there. I wonder if that will work. So if we put anything that's got, oh, we can't do it actually there, we have to do it here. Okay, put in a star there. And let's see, okay that. And then run that. Will that bring in everything? Oh yes, it's done it all. It's brought in everything from all of the sheets. Brilliant. Okay. Is that right? So we have from each of them, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 15, 14, 13, yes. So we have all of the data in it. Now I believe, yeah, there's a null. There's some nulls in here. I don't see that one. So we need to clean up the nulls. And the way I'm thinking of doing, well, the way it says it wants the nulls, any null value should be filled with the average value of that product for that week. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is, not the time series, is the transform, and we'll want to take these columns. No, we want to find the average per week. So we don't want that one, we want summarize. And we want to, let's just bring it down here out of the way. So we want to take group by the week, and then we want to take the average of each of those. So numeric, okay, can't select the average because they are a string. They be a string. Okay, so then let's use the auto field to clean that up. And now, instead of string, let's run it. Instead of strings, let's run that. Okay, so now we have date double 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 rather than string, and we can then select all of these and then numeric average. Okay, so that gives us an average for all of them. Now what I'm thinking is that if we transpose it, which is why I grabbed the transpose before, to a single column of values, we can then join it on the product and the date back in to the main data set. So because we now have an average of the products, we should have. Oh, maybe I'll run it. Here we go. We've got an average for each of the products. So we can, let's first of all rename it, the value, the field name. So that will allow us, so let's select all, we can undo that one, and what we want to do is remove the average underscore from all of those. And that means we can use that as the, so we now can use that to join in to the main data set. So then we can then transpose from rows to columns. So we want to keep the week, we want to transpose all of this. Yeah, we want to transpose all of the different products. That will give us a nice long list to deal with. Okay, so then copy that, paste that in there, because we want to do the same thing for these as well. So I'm going to keep the week, and we probably can drop this file name, year, and store. Thinking, because we don't think we're going to. We've got the week that tells us the year it's in. So I don't think the time series is going to care about those fields. They're not in here, for example. It's just the period, the future period, and the sub period. So then, now we have the two. We just need to take the nulls from here. So in the filter, we can then remove the values that are null, is not null. So on this, and then we can join in the averages to fill the nulls. So what we do is wheat starts on both. We can get rid of it from the right. We've got the value which will be null on the left side. So let's just take that out. We can take the name out on the right side because we've got it at the top, and then here if we just remove that, that will then be called value instead. And then we can then just union, bring that there, union that back together. Okay, so that gives us by week, by product, and then a value. Okay, so that's good. And then we at the bottom, yeah, that's good. Okay, so yeah, that right? I think. All right, we'll see. So now we have this. So I think what we need to do is, we can then pass it through this time series. Is there anything else we need to do? So let's bring in this arima, which is what it tells us to use. And I think, how do we then keep, trying to work out how we then keep the model customized. Do we customize the parameters used? Because we can only I think we can only do this on one product at a time. I'm pretty sure. So let's start with the bakery. This is the first product. So if we filter just on that, and we'll take the name equals bakery, and then in here we'll call the model bakery, and we want it weekly. We want the number of periods to include in the forecast block. So I think we want 52, and it's weekly, and we want it to start from 2010, and it's using the iOS 86.01 date format. So here, year, month, day. Okay, and then the other thing we want from a time series is a forecast. So add that in, and we want this is number 52 to take us, I think that's right, and then we run that. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we have a forecast for period. For some reason it's given us 2045. Okay, something's gone wrong. Okay, I think I've figured out what I'm doing wrong. We've probably have duplicates by... Do we have duplicates by the... Because this isn't... We haven't summarized it. So by the different stores, I'm thinking that we haven't got the summarized. So we've got... Because I've just taken out the store information of each one, right? So we have store 1 here and store 2 bakery. So we've just repeated it. So I'm thinking we need to summarize here. So if we summarize and sum, because we're looking for here, we're looking for quite a high number for each one, I think. Bakery. So let's take the week, group by the name, group by, and the value sum. The value's a string. Ah! Value is a string. Why is the value a string? So what is it here? It's a double from... It's a double here. Why does it think it's a string? It's a double there. That's bizarre. Okay, let's just put this in a container. Well, I'll have a quick look at this. Add to container and then close it. Why does that think it's a string? Run that. Okay, now it's a double. Right, okay. That was odd. Right, so if we do that, and then open that, then what we should have, we might need to rename this. Yeah, to back to value. Alright, okay, so now we have the value. Let's run, let's call this bakery. Let's run that. Okay, let's get on the data. So it's 2017, subperiod 2, and it's 1781,822. So if we have a look here, 1715 62. I'm pretty, yeah. Well, this would have been the original data with the other. It says that that it's using a different. It will come out. Yeah, calculations to yield different results than those in the original post. Okay, so that must be the right one. So we want, right, let's clean this up a bit and then we can use it on the back of that. So if we bring in a select, and we want to take a look off that, we want to get rid of all these other forecasts which are no use to us, rename that bakery. We got periods of it, and then what we can do is then repeat this for all the other produce and then just union it all back together. So I'll get on and do that. Okay, so let's have a look, see what we've got. So we have the 52 records, one for each month. We've got the one for each week, I should say, and then the display by produce. I don't know how that compares to this, because I think yes, it's different because we're dealing with a different model. But yeah, we've basically got a forecast for each one by week. It is incredibly resource intensive, this particular time series model, which explains why at work we tend to use much more powerful machines than my laptop. We actually use huge VM servers to run time series things and time series models in things like Data Robot. But there you go. It can be done in Alteryx, as you can see, and you can get pretty, it can do quite intensive work. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.